Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today we're going to do a kind of like an update video on the carnivore diet. If you're new here, I have been just carnivore. I have never cheated as far as vegetables, fruits, candies, anything. I don't know if it's classified as strict because I do eat a little bit of ketchup, I eat some cheese, and I do drink Diet Coke. I have many videos. I will link a playlist above so you can be with this journey in real time. I have been on YouTube now for almost 16 years. And so the whole journey has been documented. And I've done many videos, including a holiday video last year. I had someone ask me how to get through the holidays on the carnivore diet. I've done that video. I've done travel videos, and in every single travel video that I do, I show what I eat. So that's all covered. What I want to talk about today is more weight loss and weight gain while being on the carnivore diet. What I've experienced, and as this video is being filmed, I think I've lost 10 pounds since probably July or August. I'll have to look. I've got all the dates that I will put in here. But this video is brought to you by my favorite pillow ever, Sleeping Glow. This is the Sleeping Glow Omnia pillow. I have partnered with them for years now, and I have slept on this pillow alone now for, I don't know how many years, guys. I don't know how many years since my old house. I would say 6 or 7 years. My daughter has one. My husband has one. I was at my parents' last night, and I was asking my mom, did she still love the Sleep and Glow? And here it was right beside me. She loves it for taking a nap on the sofa, or I think it's like a love seat. And just like everything in this world, it's not going to be 100% that everyone's going to love it. But I will say 9 people out of 10 that I talk to that have tried this pillow have loved it. So mine is not clean. I've got a little bit of makeup and stuff on it. So here it is in true life. I just got it off my bed. So I took a picture so you can see how we stack the pillows. And I was looking through my old photos looking for other stuff, and I saw how we used to stack it at our old house. When we had 2 of them, we would either put 2 in the middle of the other pillows or 2 on either side. So that's something that might be a concern for you. Another thing is the pillowcase. I prefer the pillowcase that you get with your pillow. There are several different ones. You can get the one that's marble, like my mom has, or you can get the copper pillowcase. And that one has a lot of skincare properties that fight bacteria. They help with acne, just a lot of great things for your skin. I kind of go back and forth. For a while, when my sheets were dark, I did the black satin one. But I have found that I prefer the fitted pillowcase. It's very easy to change and wash. The zipper goes all the way down the back, so it's not like it's, too complicated. But in the past, I have put like a satin pillowcase over it, and I feel like I like it better as is. Now, a little bit of something about me, and by the way, I will have shown the discount here. They've given me a 15% off discount. They have been running a special with 10% off, but I have a special code for you guys. This is a great Christmas gift for a loved one or for yourself, just to go ahead and get it while it's on sale. And let me tell you all of the reasons that I love it. First of all, it's an anti-aging pillow. This is because you will not crease your skin in those lines going down your face. I never wake up with sheet marks, pillowcase marks, or where my face has been bunched up and I have wrinkles. Matter of fact, when I first got this pillow, I had dental surgery, and that is when I first learned to love how you could put your head right here in the middle and then not have anything squishing up the rest of your face. Another reason a lot of people like this is lash extensions. You know how you don't want your lash extensions crushed when you're sleeping? So you can do that too. I love it because it gives me a lot of room to breathe also. I just feel like I have fresh air. It's not bunching up around my face. I remember before this pillow, I never could go between one, two pillows, and I would take one and fold it over so that my head was hanging off. So it's just perfection for me. Another reason that it's good is it has this little divot here in the middle. So if you are a back sleeper, it aligns your neck perfectly. So if you have neck pain or back pain, it's good for that. And then I would say one of my number one favorite things about this pillow is stomach sleeping. Because it goes down like this, I turn on my stomach, I put my arms underneath like this, and then I can sleep, and there's absolutely none of that feeling of getting a crink in your neck. It's the best. It's the best. So I am going to list this pillow, the Omnia, down below. It also has that little extra section at the bottom where you can adjust the height, which would kind of go with this area, I think. I like it as is. And even in the beginning, if you're thinking, oh, I could never sleep on one pillow, give it a try. You will be surprised. And you might be thinking, oh, it's not fluffy. Okay, this is probably one of the best things I have ever done this past year, I believe, is my bed. We have a sleep number. I put it on the firmest setting and I sleep so much better. I prefer support with a soft, surface than mushing down all in something. That's what gives you crinks in your neck, pains in your back, your hips, all of those other things. So sleeping on this combined with the carnivore diet will make your sleep dreamy. So I will put all of the information down below. Okay, now on to my experience with the carnivore diet as far as maintaining my weight. And let's just go with the whole story. Okay, we have lived in this house 3 years. July was 3 years. And before that, we lived in a rental house for about, I think, 6 or 8 months. And I knew that when I lived in that house, I weighed 118 every day. I started out the carnivore diet at 152. If you're not familiar with my story, I did not set out to be on the carnivore diet. I was doing the elimination diet after years of suffering with severe IBS, like to the point of not going places, et cetera, menopause symptoms, hip pain. Gosh, I can't even remember. It was so long ago. All of my ailments, but I not being able to sleep, all of these things. So, and disclosure, I am on HRT. I am on the patch, 0.05 milligrams. I'm on progesterone. And the only other thing I take is a calcium vitamin D supplement. And I do have videos on my cholesterol and how I was tested every 4 months in the beginning. Since then, I go every year. I got life insurance, everything. So if you're interested in that, and make sure you watch the Harvard study video on the cholesterol. So I knew that I weighed 118 the whole time I lived in that house and when I first moved here. Then I noticed that I had crept up to 122, and that was no big deal. I didn't care. I thought, I knew I had gotten a new scale. I use the Abion scale, and I will link it below, and it comes with this little thing. So that's my weight this morning, and it gives you your weight, your body fat, your BMI, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, ability level, protein, fat-free body weight, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, body water, bone mass, and metabolic age. My metabolic age is 52. My bone mass is right on below average and average, which I knew that. I'm dealing with osteopenia. I do get bone scans every year, and I am taking a calcium supplement, and the doctor said it had actually gotten better. Okay, skeletal muscle is in the normal, if not a little bit on the high normal. Muscle mass is in the normal. BMI is right on the line of being underweight and normal. Body fat is 20.5%, which is not down to essential fat, but it looks like it's in between athletes and fitness. Let's do one more. Okay, body water is 54.5%, and that is at the higher end of normal. So, blood, lymph nodes, extracellular fluid, etc. So, I am not dehydrated or anything like that. So, every day, without fail, I weigh myself first thing in the morning and I write it down. So, I have been 122 forever, and that was great. Then I would say sometime in the summer, I think it is when we came back from Palm Beach as a family, I got sick. And I'm not sure if it was an allergy or what it was, because I have a little history of sinus infections and I also have a history of losing my voice from pollen and goldenrod. So I got sick, and that is when I lost my voice completely, to the point I could not even order a Diet Coke. I had to install the McDonald's app. And I noticed, okay, so throughout that time, I had that little tickly cough, that little like allergy cough, and I had a hard time sleeping. So during this time, to get through the night, I was having to use the Luden's sugar-free cough drops. Those did not upset my stomach. There was one that did. I think it was a Mucinex one, because I have to be careful with my IBS. What upsets my stomach? Like aspartame does not upset my stomach. Sucralose does, and it's not pretty when it happens. So when you eat like this, you are very, very in tune with your body, because I eat basically the same thing every day, and I love it. I'm not looking for new things to eat. I love it. My life is wonderful just as it is. So I know it just seems like people are always trying to get me to eat other stuff, but honestly, what I eat is just perfection. I look forward to every meal and I love it. But it's kind of like I always say it's like a dog. When you feed your dog or cat the same thing every day, and then all of a sudden something happens, you wonder what happened. So all of a sudden, during and after I got sick, I started gaining weight. And it would go to 123. It would be at 123 a couple of days. And then it would go to 124, back down to 123, just like in the manner that you lose weight. When you're gaining weight, it will happen like that. It will inch up, come back down, inch up, come back down, maybe go back down, and that's just the way it goes. And so this was happening. And you'll see in my notes, because I've gone back in my old notebook to look at what I wrote down. I wrote down sick, Ludens. I ended up being sick for so long, I had to get on the Z-Pack. So I thought, well, maybe that did it. Because during this time, I am eating the exact same things that I was eating years before this. Every day, most of the time, most days, I eat 2 quarter-pound patties from McDonald's with 2 pieces of cheese. And that is it. Then at night, every night, I would eat 2 thin Angus ribeyes from Walmart. And sometimes John would fix a filet, and we would half a filet, and he would eat the rest in the morning. And I would say most nights I did. Because a lot of times the fillets would be, the ribeyes, you could have a tough part. It was kind of like insurance, because when you eat like this, every meal counts. I can't just snack all night. I can't, eat a bowl of ice cream, all of those things. So I had been eating the exact same thing. And I was like, what in the world? And one thing that I have learned about myself is I really love, I get a kick out of what I can control in my life. And I love to set goals, and I don't mind going through whatever it is I have to go through to get there. And this is very satisfying to me. I love the challenge, and it goes through everything in my life. And so I thought to myself, I think I had some trips coming up. The Like to Know It style conference was coming up. And I just noticed that not only had I gained weight, but when we would go to bed at night, I was getting not anything bad, but I still felt kind of full. And I've mentioned to you guys before, I don't like that feeling. I don't like feeling really full. On the edge, just a reminder of how I used to feel bloated, and I still looked good. I'll put some bikini pictures in here of that time, of like June and July, all of that stuff. So it wasn't that I was unhappy with my weight or the way I looked. I probably think I looked better by then, to be honest with you. I just didn't like the way I felt, and I was curious, like what caused that, and is there anything that I can do about it? So I thought back to what was I eating that was different when I lived at the rental house. And this was before we got the Blackstone grill, which is life-changing. It's right there with the Sleep and Glow pillow and the J. Crew oversized cashmere wrap. It's one of those things that's life-changing. And we cook everything on the grill. We do eggs, we do bacon, we do shrimp, we do chicken, we do steaks, we do everything. You probably can't cook a turkey on it, but anything that you cook on a pan, you can cook on the grill. So that's what we do most all the time. Back then, we didn't have a Blackstone. We had a regular grill, and I was thinking back, and I even found a picture. He would fix 2 filet mignon and those shrimp from Walmart, the frozen colossal shrimp. Yes, they're farm raised. No, my meat isn't grass fed. All of the things that maybe the strictest carnivore would never do. But I'm not here as a doctor, as a dietitian, as a even a carnivore YouTuber. This is my personal story and what works for me. And, so you can take it from there. And so when I thought about it, I thought, I wasn't eating ribeyes. I did remember that's back when I was eating bacon on my, cheeseburgers and ketchup. Now I don't eat bacon on my cheeseburgers and I don't eat ketchup on my cheeseburgers. But I thought to myself, I'm going to see if I can lose a little bit of weight. So for about no more than maybe 2 weeks, I quit getting cheese on my burgers from McDonald's. And this is what I learned. It still tastes good. It still tastes really good. I learned that it does not keep you full as long. And I learned that I really do think that cheese is almost like a dessert when it comes to carnivore. So you can eat cheese, but I do think it's something that does make a difference. I also learned this when I tried to put extra butter on my plate. I learned that I gained a couple of pounds. Quit eating the extra butter, went back down. So I like experimenting with these things. Along with no cheese on my burgers, I told John, I said, from now on, he does the grocery shopping. I said, just get the fillets, no thin ribeyes. And that is what I have switched to. So no shrimp. I quit that a while ago, like probably a year ago. It got to the point where sometimes they were good, sometimes they weren't, sometimes they were tough, sometimes they tasted fishy. It wasn't worth it. I can get fresh shrimp here most all the time. So because he cooks my meals, I try to be simple. And so we switched from the ribeyes to the fillets. So what changed with that? I eat less because the ribeyes and half a fillet weighed more, even in their package weight. They weighed more than the ribeyes or the fillets that I get. The fillets that I like are the petite fillets, and typically they're about 3/4 of a pound, both of them. Very rarely are they a whole pound. And then I eat those medium rare, and I am satisfied. Am I overly full? No. Could I keep eating? Probably so. But it took a little adjustment period. And you do get to eat every bite of a filet, whereas with a ribeye, you have some pieces that are kind of tough and stuff like that. So I do enjoy the fact that I can eat every single bit of a filet, and there's less fat, which I will admit I missed the fat. And I don't know if it's really as healthy. I don't know if I needed that fat. Time will tell with my next, I guess blood work or, my health and things like that. But my weight started to come down quickly. Not like quickly like water weight, but just the typical way that you would lose weight, which is, I remember Dr. Berg saying, real weight loss, true fat, you can only lose about up to 2.5 pounds a week. If you lose like 6 pounds in 3 days, that was a lot of water weight, which who cares? You still don't want a bunch of water weight. And so I started coming down and I got down to 122 or 121 or maybe even less. I haven't really kept up with it as far as the dates, but I remember I had gotten down to like maybe 120 by the time I went to the style conference. If you watch those videos, you see everything I eat. And then I have been, after I started coming down on the weight, I did add my cheese back in on my burgers because this is, I guess, intermittent fasting. I usually eat my lunch around 1 o'clock and I eat dinner anywhere from 5 to 6. And I do not eat another morsel of food before or after. So I noticed I was really hungry by 5 o'clock when I didn't have the cheese. And so I added the cheese back, but I stuck with just the 2 fillets. And my weight came down, my weight came down, my weight came down. And now the lowest it's been is 113 something. I don't know, 113 point whatever. And it's pretty much leveled out at one in the 114s. Now, do I want to stay here? I don't know. I'm just going to have to see, how I feel. I think a lot of people will say I don't look as good, and I can kind of maybe see that. I do feel really good in my clothes, and it just wasn't about that. It was about more of how I feel. And a lot of people, will say when I do these videos that it may be, I would have been satisfied with your beginning weight, or this is hurtful, or that's why I kind of dread doing these videos, is because I never want to offend anyone, but it can be that way sometimes. And the best way I know to explain it is I've learned through my personal development and aging and self-reflection that I'm pretty confident inside. And I was pretty confident when I was in the 140s and 150s. It's not that I don't think I looked good, and it did not hold me back from feeling good about myself, but it did affect the things that do make me feel good or not good about myself, such as being in pain, being extremely bloated and swollen, not wanting to go to the beach and take walks with my family, just the sluggishness that I felt, along with the hip pain, the bad sleep, all of those things would keep me from a lot of the things that do bring me joy. Traveling. No one wants to travel when you are just constantly eating Tums, Pepto-Bismol, and you cannot sleep. You're miserable. You feel like lava rocks are in your stomach. That is not fun. With this job that I have, that I am in front of a camera of many people, including myself, it's not natural to look at your body, to look at yourself. You guys see the edited version. I get to see the unedited version. It doesn't make you feel good when you see things that you don't like about yourself. And I just didn't feel good about it. And doing this YouTube before and after it being a career has brought me a lot of joy. And I didn't like having to take a nap every day with a heating pad. I didn't like my children seeing me that way. I didn't like not being able to sleep. I didn't like my hip hurting so bad that I was getting prednisone shots in it. There were many things that I didn't like, and they were bringing me down. And so you have to watch my videos to see all the doctors that I went to, all the things that I tried, all the things that I cut out. And when one of you told me that your husband had been told this, to do this, the elimination diet, that's when my life pretty much changed. So since then, I've gotten so many messages from you guys. Many women that have experienced IBS, like I did, or Crohn's disease, or the myriad of health concerns that this diet will help. I just encourage you to look into inflammation, what causes inflammation, what causes. I really just want you to learn too about true causes of high cholesterol. It is not about what you're eating. Research the FDA. I don't want to get into it all, but just question the status quo a little bit. I don't expect you to be strict carnivore. If I had to say the best diet for many people, it would probably be keto. But then also learn about lectins and oxalates and how your body reacts to those. Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Berg, there's a lot of information out there from people that know far more than I do. Okay, here is an example, and I did ask her. I'm not going to tell her name, but I mostly get these messages in DMs. Good morning. I have recently found you and your YouTube channel, and it was within the last few months. Okay, good morning. I have recently found you and your YouTube channel, and I've watched your carnivore videos, some more than once. I've had IBS issues for 4 years since perimenopause and now menopause. I've spent thousands, taken all the supplements, changed my diet umpteen times, upper endoscopy, colonoscopy, stomach biopsies, functional and traditional doctors, naturopathy, all things. Carnivore was the only thing I hadn't tried. Lisa, this is the first day, 5. Lisa, this is day 5 of strict carnivore. And with tears in my eyes, I write my sincerest, most heartfelt thank you for sharing your experiences. Your videos gave me the courage to try one more time to feel better, and carnivore is working. I knew it by day 2. I could go on and on about how much I feel better already, but I know you understand, so I'll spare you. Menopause has been so dramatically life-changing, but now I know that I'm going to continue to improve and feel amazing. You have made a positive and life-changing impact on my life. You guys, that is my purpose. That is my mission. That is why I share this. Okay, here's one more. You guys, I have so many. I'm going to one day, probably the beginning of next year, I'm going to do a carnivore online course that will just share with you in detail from the beginning to the end, and then my tips. So I've been saving these along the way for my own research. Okay, so here's another one. Hello, I'm not sure if you will ever see this, but I'm sitting here watching you tonight and thought I would take a moment to thank you. On April 16th, I decided to start carnivore diet. You inspired me and helped me realize that I could do it. You making it simple allowed me to see that it is doable. It's been almost a year and I lost 50 pounds. I lost 33 right in the beginning. It's probably, a little bit more now. Okay, my eczema completely went away and many other serious health problems. I just turned 45 on March 20th. Please, please, please keep doing what you're doing. You're helping so many women with so many things. I love your content. Think you're beautiful inside and out. I thank God for you. Oh my God, I'm gonna get. Thank you for letting him use you in our lives. And that is what God wants us to do. He wants us to share with other people what helps us get through hard times. And you women out there know what menopause does to us. And if I can help anyone with anything, I want to do it. And that's why I continue to share. And I'm going to keep on continuing to share. Now, another thing that I want to just put out there is notice how she said it was easy and doable. You can all find a way to do this. It may be very different than mine. I never drank coffee. I never drank alcohol. I might have a strawberry margarita once a year if we were at like a dinner with friends or something. It's never been a thing for me. So you take your life and you can experiment with it And you may be able to add in raspberries, blackberries, explore those things that don't raise the glycemic index. Read, watch every video, look up the studies, read even things that you may not agree with. You're never going to agree with all of anything or with all of what anyone says. So if you think that you shouldn't be drinking Diet Coke, don't drink Diet Coke. If you think that you should be eating grass-fed meat, I tried that, you do that. So you have to find your own recipe for this. And it comes through trial and error, but it is a beautiful journey because I can almost promise you that if you cut out chips, desserts, all the things that you can believe that I loved. I knew every good dessert at every restaurant. There is nothing that I wouldn't eat. And I loved social eating, and I have made it work. I know how to eat on a plane. I know how to eat out of town. I know how to eat everywhere at a conference. So I have many, many videos. And like I said, I hope to put all of these things and package it together so that you don't have to watch all of those videos. It will be very direct. And when I know that I'm speaking to someone that really, really is interested and really wants to learn, it's a little bit easier and I can be a little bit more open too in that course and in those videos. So I hope this helped you some. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a girl. I'm just a woman that really loves life. You can watch my videos. You can see how everything in my life got better. And I have no even thought of going back. None. So I hope this helped you. Let me do an outfit of the day because I have something new on that I think a lot of you would like. And I'm going to show it again in an upcoming video, but this is and I love suits. This is a little bit of a different one than I usually wear. It is the scuba. It does still have where you can put the dicky in it. This is just a little layering piece from Abercrombie. The top of this is a small. My pants are a 4, and then the sneakers are the P448 that I showed you. And I think this is just like a perfect outfit for so many occasions. Definitely traveling, work, business trips, conferences, all of these things that I love to do. You will love this. And of course you purchase the pieces separately, so you can wear them separately also. And then for jewelry, I have on my Ideal diamonds. These are my favorite ones I've ever gotten from them. They really are. I love these so much. Oh, and I will put they're actually already, their website is 20% off. Okay, I've got on a mood ring that is new from Ana Luisa. So cool. So cool. This just perfect. I'll link it below. I hate to go on and on. The ring from Victoria Emerson that I love. My nails, I had my nails done at the salon. She tried so hard to get me to put gel polish. I was like, no, I don't want gel polish. I don't want nails. I just want these to grow out. So that's what we're doing. I'm in the recovery process of liquid gel nails. And my necklace is also Ana Luisa. Very affordable. This is not sponsored. It's sponsored by Sleeping Glow, but this is very affordable. I ordered some more stuff already. This is the Virgo. Look how much that little necklace shows, even though it's so little. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope I said like one little encouraging thing to you that would help you try this. Oh gosh, please watch all my videos because I'll go into the criticism, how it's, harder to do. Like people stare at my plate, they watch me eat every bite, they criticize my Diet Coke while they're eating mouthfuls of cake. It's a thing. It is a life adjustment, but it is so worth it. So worth it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.